Good morning, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on Friday, May 19th, 2017. We're just a little after 7 in the morning Eastern Time, and we're getting ready to leave for North Carolina and then South Carolina for my goddaughter's wedding. So it's going to be an adventure. Well, it's about 1 in the afternoon now. We're just across the Virginia line here, just south of the border with West Virginia. First rest area just after you come through the East River Tunnel there on 77 South. It hasn't been a bad drive, all things considered. Little rain there just for Beckley in West Virginia, but nothing really too bad. Got stuck behind 2 John Deere tractors pulling 2 35-foot fold-up corn planters. Well, planters. I assume they were going to use to plant corn. People seem to be planting a lot of corn down in the Kanawha River Valley there along 35, just south of the Ohio border down into Charleston. It's been 16 years since I made this drive, which in the past I've probably driven this about 50 times. Lots of new construction. In many places the road is just much better. But I got thinking, the first time I made this drive was I think it was around 1980 maybe. And at that time parts of the West Virginia Turnpike were still 2-lane. And as I recall, there were at least 2 tunnels and maybe 3 2-lane tunnels that you went through, and now you don't go through any tunnels at all except right here on the border with Virginia. Didn't see much stupid driving, surprisingly. There's one sort of miniature tight spot there just outside of Charleston, but usually you came through there, you were scared to death after you got through there. So one little bit of a pucker up, that's not too bad for this kind of a trip. I probably have another 2.5 hours to go yet before I get down to Statesville and the Motel 6 for the night's first stop, or the trip's first stop, let's put it that way. Yeah, the Virginia rest areas are pretty nice. So are the West Virginia ones, for that matter. But this one right here in Virginia is particularly nice. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and here at a very nice roadside rest area here in North Carolina, about 16 miles north of Statesville, where I'm going to stop for the night. Yeah, North Carolina's got some really nice little roadside rest too. Here's something that I really wanted to show y'all. We got this great sign on this. Got this great sign here. I thought you might get a kick out of that. Awful pretty oak trees around here, very nice. Welcome to Motel 6 on just off US 70, just outside, or just inside Statesville, North Carolina. Now my good Dill, my daughter-in-law Kelly, sweet soul, who's going to be having a birthday here tomorrow on May 20th, she said she stayed at a Motel 6 once and there was blood on the walls. Well, here's some blood on the on the faucet in the bathroom. How about that? History repeats itself. Actually, I very much like Motel 6s in general. I will say the bathroom here is pretty clean. Now, I'm not, those of you who know me know I'm not, I'm not a bathroom cleanliness Nazi. But this one is nice and clean, except for that blood. Here's the view on the second floor. That made it really nice walking up and down the steps with my stuff, with my knees and all. Whine, whine, whine. And let us not forget, since we're not having this in smell-o-vision, sorry John Waters, couldn't pull off the smell-o-vision. A room, very adequate room, by the way. I'm not bitching about the room at all. The bedspread with the holes in it might be just a touch suspect. I didn't bring my woods light with me, so so we don't know, what the real lay of the land is as far as bodily fluids is concerned. I have some supplies. I'm taking my afternoon meds. Here is food, my traveling food. So in general, here we are, safe by the grace of God. And there we are, all righty. Oops, so I don't unwittingly libel this very, reasonably pleasant man down at the desk. I've decided this really isn't blood after all. This is a red remnant of something. This is a blue remnant of something. That's obviously the hot and cold buttons on the side of the faucet that have been scraped off after repeated cleaning. So that's actually a good sign. Up on the housetop, dun, dun, here comes that old pervy Santa Claus, taking a bag of toys around to groom the kids and tell them all sorts of lies about his existence. Yay! Where'd that come from? I don't know. Here we are, live in Statesville, North Carolina. I don't want to get this too close to electronics because I was warned not to get this too close to electronics. This is my room key, which after working several times, very, very nicely too, unlike some of the room keys I encountered in the UK, that was probably unfamiliarity with the device on my part. It just didn't work. So a now newly, a different, very pleasant man made me, he ran it through his machine or waved his wand over it or something. Interestingly, he didn't write my room number on this, so he's more security-minded than the other fellow was. He wrote my room number on this. So should I wander up on, or should I have wandered up on US 70 to some joint, and was rolled and, somebody can say, aha, I know where his room is. I'm going to go clean out his room. Well, as I said earlier, it's been 16 years since I've done this drive, and it's really a beautiful drive. If you aren't driving, it's probably one of the prettier drives in the eastern United States. In its own way, fully comparable to the Blue Ridge Parkway, only you can't stop every 8 miles or 4 miles or 800 yards like you can on the Blue Ridge Parkway and go, it's beautiful. Oh. But, of course, I like to see the agriculture, and this time of year particularly, who's planted, who's planting what. where they're planting it, how the dirt looks. And of course, then as you get into Virginia, and certainly once you get into North Carolina, you get the red, you start to see the red soil, which we just don't see in Ohio. Well, actually, that's not quite true. There are a couple of places in Ohio you can see this red soil. Which apparently, when I was growing up, I mean, you'd see guys growing tobacco on it. I don't know what they're growing on it now. Maybe, boutique grapes or something. I don't know. Have some trendy thing. Well, everybody's got to make a living, don't they? If you can't make it by growing tobacco and killing people, you can fleece the rich for their discretionary cash. Karl Marx had a lot to say on that. And, some of his shit wasn't too far off. It's just that the political manifestation of it was just so evil. That's paraphrasing one of the columnists in the last week's Economist, so I'm not, I can't really take credit for saying that. Yeah, I like The Economist. First of all, it's intelligently written. There are a couple of three things it harps on that it worships at the altar of carbon dioxide, and there's a strong, how shall we say, lack of belief in the almighty ever-living God in that magazine, but still, it's an interesting magazine. Okay. Given all the things that could have gone wrong today, almost none of them did. So tomorrow morning I need to take a massive shower. Actually, this shower is very conducive to doing that, without too much fear of falling and ending at least this particular earthly existence of myself, of mine. I really need to find out how long this drive is. I think it's about 180 miles. That's going to take a little over 4.5 hours the way I drive. So yeah, I just yeah. The failure, the part of me that fails to completely trust in God all the time is stewing about, this transportation to and from this wedding venue. I don't know, maybe they've laid on and bands and things, who knows? If they have, fine, shit, I'll go to town. But I have a feeling they haven't. That's okay. Play it as it lies. So I'm going to try to piece all of these various things together and, at least for this particular segment of the trip, say bye-bye, YouTubers.